Another beautiful day in Falmouth has made way for another night of Falmouth Commodores baseball. Tonight, your Commodores, who sit at 1-1, welcome in the defending champion Harwich Mariners, who present the same record. Here to open the door before Game 3, alongside Andrew Delapiana and Ben Haller, I'm Ryan Martin. Andrew, let's go back to last night. The Commodores suffered their first loss of the 2025 season. It was looking like a win, though, until that top of the ninth.
Yeah, that ninth inning was not very pretty for Falmouth. Brewster scores 4 runs, started off by a 2-run home run by Blake Sear, gets the job done. The line starts to move a little bit more for the Whitecaps, and Michael Gillen gets caught with the loss and the blown save. And for a Falmouth pitching staff, was really impressive through these first 2 games, only allowing 2 runs through about 15, 16 innings of work. Then the ninth inning happens, and Falmouth loses what should be a 2-0 season so far.
That pitching staff was looking great, and Ben, they didn't get much run support in that 1-0 win over Chatham, able to squeak out that opening day win against the Anglers, but it was the same story with the bats in that loss last night to the Whitecaps.
Well, I think it's getting sort of redundant talking about the change from aluminum to wooden bats and that being a big problem. Obviously, we know that's going to be there. 4 runs total for the first couple of games, and it's been the same way. They've scored a couple of the runs on sacrifice flies, 1 on a broken bat single, and then 1 on a wild pitch. Not a lot of power. I think only 1 or 2 extra base hits for this team so far. A big problem, too, or maybe a reason for the problem, I think, is they played some really different arms. 2 arms that stand out. JT Quinn had a really high-velocity fastball as a righty. Then you get Douglas Bauer from Ohio State yesterday, who had a lot of breaking pitches as a lefty. I think once they start to settle in, face some more similar arms, they'll figure it out.
You mentioned those 4 runs across those 2 games. Still waiting for that first homer by Dore this season. We'll see if it comes tonight against the Mariners. Speaking of this Harwich team, Andrew, again, we mentioned the defending champions. They won that 2024 crown, but in the regular season, that was a Mariners team that looked very similar to a Falmouth team that finished at the bottom of the West Division last year.
It's really hard to believe that the Mariners actually had 1 less point than the Commodores, and they were the 3 seed in the East Division. That just shows you how good the West was last year. But this was a Harwich team that lost 17 of its first 19 games in the month of July. They win 6 of their final 8 to get to the postseason. Then the magical run continues to their 6th championship in franchise history. So this is a franchise that known for their early season struggles, but can pick it up just like we saw last season.
It was a special Mariners team this season, and we should be in store for a special Monday night between the Mariners and the Commodores. It's Falmouth, it's Harwich. First pitch here from Gov Fuller Field, set for 6 p.m.